Hey everyone, Apostle Vanessa Ward here. Glad to see you again. Pondering. So many phone calls, so many questions, so many concerns. So I'm going to take a moment and try to start with the first one that's on my mind. The first one is, what can I do where I'm at? I love that question, but at the same time, it's different for each one of you, wherever you're at. For me, you know my story. Young man murdered right in front of my house. Didn't know what to do, didn't know where to turn, looking for everybody else to come in and fix my problem. But it ended up being me. I found out I was the one. Just a little tidbit. If you have an opportunity to pick up this book, Somebody Do Something, it tells the story behind the story. I wish more of you could write your story, because nobody knows the tears that have fallen in what you face. Nobody knows the fear. Nobody knows the disappointments you've had in life. Nobody knows it better than you. So even though people can talk about you and try to tell your story, nobody can do it like you can. This book, I love it because I took the time to write down my plight, not just my successes, but also my struggles, especially the ones deep inside. With that being said, you'll have to find it for yourself. For me, I just wanted peace. I wanted people to care about each other. I wanted people to keep hope alive. I wanted people to believe that beyond their circumstances, good or bad, there's always more. There's always more. So that's where mine starts. For you, if you're the one, there's passion in you for something, for some cause, for somebody, for some endeavor, somewhere. It's in you. Now, what are your first steps to bring that passion forward and to actually be the one to inspire one to be wonderful? Take baby steps. For me, in the backyard, get a trash can on wheels and start going up and down the block and picking up the trash. Not just mine, but everybody's. The first thing that did for my community is start to stir up a question. Why is she doing that? Who does that? But it was a message that somebody has to do something. Someone has to be the one to bring about the wonderfulness that's in all of us, really. What is your small thing? What is your act that you can perform where you're at that can make a difference? I have some suggestions. You can always volunteer at school as a greeter. At your local elementary, your local junior high school could really use a greeter. People need to enter into a place and know that their presence is valued. Now, maybe it's not at the high school, junior high, elementary level, but maybe it's somewhere else, like a nursing home or an elderly facility, or maybe the public library, taking a moment to read to a child. I can't find it for you, but I know it's there. I know it's there. And I believe you're the one. Now, I want you to stay on this journey with me all the way to 2019, because we're going to go and we're going to do some live spots. We're going to have other people involved. And I want you to listen to other people's stories and to hear their struggles as well as their successes, to see how that could be applicable to what you're doing. So I hope that helped. That's one question answered. Where do I start? How do I begin? Find it. It doesn't have to be giant. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need a lot of people. You just need to find that one place where you can go in and be the one to inspire one to be wonderful. I'm excited for you. Number 2, the next question is relationships. What are we supposed to do to continue, or excuse me, to make sure that we don't lose? And for me, in honor of Black History Month, Black love. But when I begin to teach on this just a little bit, it's not limited to just Black love. I love all people. For God so loved the world that he gave his best for me, which I know I was one of the worst. So my love doesn't just stop with my people. But the question came from a Black person asking, what happened to Black love? Why is it that we don't love each other? Husband, wife, brothers, sisters, why is it? One of the things I do want to challenge you to think about as far as loving each other. The first thing we have to do is really do a self-check to find out, where am I at in this? I recommend a book on relationships. It's written by Les and Leslie Parrott. The book is called Relationships. And there's a premise that they open in their book saying this. If you're seeking to find intimacy with another person before defining your own identity, then every relationship that you seek to get in will only be a failure because you're still seeking yourself. So when it comes to relationships, always start with you. No one else can define you. No one else can help you to become all you can be. Nobody can do that but you. So you have to seek those things first. And then try to assess honestly where you see that you may be codependent, needing someone else before you can feel fulfilled. Or maybe somebody wanting you makes you feel fulfilled. Work it out. Work it out there. Now, I'd like you to get that book, once again, Les and Leslie Parrott, and it's called Relationships. They have some quizzes in the back where you can see if you're dating ready or, if you're falling into some kind of identity traps. It's a great tool. That's what I would recommend for Black love or any love. Start with you. Now, I don't want to spend a lot of time before you today because I'm sure you got things to do, places to go, and people to inspire. Question. Are you the one? Yeah, I believe you are. Hey, with that being said, I am out. I'll see you next time, okay? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, hit the subscribe button, okay? Bye.